playing in a side room like this, and I was walking around in there, and my memory has it, but it has it wrong. And I remembered walking beneath stained glass windows, and walking over there and visiting with Miriam and Ruth, and visiting with Daniel in the lion's den, and visiting with Job and all these folks up there, and it was just that was in New Jersey, but that's okay. It all contributed. But it was in the Shearith Israel Temple where I started thinking. I was looking around, and it was a Jewish world, which I married into for 7 years, and it was quite at ease. But I looked around and I was just thinking about people and religion and how they get caught up in it, or how they get bound up in it, wrapped up, how they have what they call foxhole religion. People who come to religion because of all sorts of reasons. But my grandmother was my problem. She was a bit of a problem. I love my mother's mother, but she wanted to make a Baptist of me. And I can see that the things that she did, she could talk the talk, but she could not walk the walk. She would cast judgment on me every day, and I thought that was a no-no. By the time, I didn't have to live there. My daddy was in the army, so we'd come back, and I could leave. I loved visiting her. I loved my grandmother, but for all these various and sundry reasons, she would consign me to the flames for the simplest possible offense, So I remember that one day she sent me to the flames for a particularly odious offense, the nature of which I cannot remember for the life of me. I was about 9 years old, and I ran crying to her next door neighbor, Miss Eva May Coffin. Eva May, I'm going to hell. She said, Jackie, whatever did you do? I told her. She said, Jackie, that's not a sin. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not going to hell for that. I remember standing there quietly for a long time, staring out the window, thinking, oh, really? I had discovered interpretation. Everybody looks at it differently, and I thought, holy cow, man. My grandmother saw far off days. So I started thinking about why people came to religion. And I started thinking, looking up there at all these people like Job, Abraham and Isaac. And I was troubled by some of those biblical stories, some of which we share with the Jewish religion, some we don't. And I didn't like it. I thought it spoke of a deity who was not kind, a deity who could tick us off at any minute, a deity who was wrong sometime. What church am I in here? What brand church? Episcopal. Episcopal? Oh, Lord God. Sorry. This is not sacrilegious here, what I'm saying. This is the whole thing is based on what's a kid supposed to believe? When you're brought up, what are you supposed to believe? You're told one thing and you see another. Do what I do. No, do what I say, not what I do. I was reading the Bible. My grandmother got me to read the Bible. That was cool. I liked it. I like good poetry, and I like good prose, and I like storytelling. And there it was. It was all right there in this beautiful language. And I'm talking about the King James Version. I don't care much for those modern things like, the Lord is my shepherd. I got all my stuff. No thanks. English translation. I'm sorry. It's just ridiculous. And I knew it was all translations, and I knew it was handed out from mouth to mouth. And this stuff might not all be entirely true, but there were good messages there. I understood that. My grandmother did not.